us, program directors, but it's not my full-time job. As I say, it is in us, program directors, not compared. We need to take, or to have this in our minds, that Sadtu has got a kind of cadre, member of Sadtu. And such a cadre should possess the following. You must have, for the work that Sadtu deemed it fit, that now Shasha is ready to then go handle school. Don't only learn, while learning, you improve on what you've learned in order to be this one Sadtu one impact. Where there is Sadtu, there is change. Comrades and leaders, guests, I am going to give to my co-MC to continue with the program.
We also do not want to forget to introduce our third MC for the night. We have with us Lusanda Mashinini, who is going to be our sign. Going to hand over to our provincial chairperson, Comrade Khape Lekgopo, to come and do our opening and welcome. Is it him?
Program Director, for allowing me to do the extent that whatever that you do is not in vain. Whatever that you do for Sadtu, we can see it. So hence you are here tonight. As I was going through the codes and toast to the Sadtu anniversary, this majestic union, as our MC has already, MC has already indicated, members. So we'll get to celebrate that tonight. We thank you very much for you to be part of this.
Thank you so much, Comrade. Next on our program is, I'm sure all of us can tell, there is an air of importance surrounding this event. Hence, we have distinguished guests, and then these distinguished guests will be introduced to us by our Deputy Secretary, Comrade Gidiboni Frank.
Thank you very much, Comrade Program Directors. Comrades, good evening. Let me introduce to ourselves the leaders that I know we already know. For those who don't know, let me introduce our leaders. Starting with our General Secretary, we've got Comrade Mugwena Maluleke. No member of Sadtu should not know the General Secretary. So, yes, he's a very friendly person. Thank you very much. From the SACP, we've got the Provincial Secretary, we've got Comrade Charles Tofile. Thank you very much, Comrade Tofile. From COSATU, we have Comrade Provincial Secretary, Comrade Munyadzo Mahlatsi. Got Comrade Provincial Chairperson, Comrade Mkolisi Dukwana. And we've got a former Provincial Chairperson, Comrade Lucy Madzipa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Frank. Now we move on to the next segment of our program. We are going to call on the Provincial Secretary, Comrade Briggs Moloi, to just help us set the tone, help us all understand why we are here today. Can we please give a round of applause for Comrade Briggs Moloi?
Thank you, Comrade Shasha, as well as co-program director, Comrade Mamahau. I would say protocol observe, otherwise we'll stay longer here. So, Comrade, my task is to outline why we are here. Awarding our branches in this fashion is the first, as in the Provincial Executive Committee in 2022, November, took this decision that come the end of the year, in 2023, we have invited you as the branch leaders, branch executive committee members, to talk to you. And we are here not to compete, but we are here to support one another. Factor, tshebetso ya organization as the whole. Jwale ho kopaneng ha rona kajeno, re itse ha re tlo shebang hore na re entse ho le hakae batho wa rona wa Sadtu. Empa ba tla etsa tseno ha fela rona re bontsha boetapele. Mme re lahla ra bona hore re tshwaya o batla o kene ha se ka mehla o tla ba tjena. From that decision, comrade, the expectation, like when we come from any meeting, like the Provincial Executive Committee, they are in terms of the policies, in terms of sports, arts and culture, and even organizing workshops for our members. And by the way, ba hole le di members tsa rona. Miki se re se boneng ka survey eno and so forth. And after indicate, we held so many side-steward councils, we held so many mass meetings in terms of the constitution. Do we have a finance committee that is functional? It is, in terms of that. And we were very happy, referring the invitation. Where we were in the secretaries, rebatleleng the attendance register, rebatleleng the invitation, lead the minutes out lokahala at that meeting. Because you cannot have a meeting, the minutes. And upon receiving those information that we have requested, then we realized, Comrade Tore, there are branches of the regional secretaries and so forth. For example, branch participate activity when they submit the survey. Branch when we know exactly that the branch participated there, then we'll deal it on that. We are from Thailand. Honalama branch, Provincial Secretary of the ANC, Saya. Jwale runa re etsa jwang bane re tseba hore ho etsahala mang ntate se to file. Ha re dule ka mokoting. So re ba ho etsa. So ebe re a ilukisa taba eno hore branch bona ne buile Thailand ibe re bofa a mark when the BEC ona ere branch ne bo sa ya member tsa rona e leng ntho re tlameleng re lokisa. As I indicated that being in the organization quantitatively as well as qualitatively. So moving into 2024, we are going to strengthen the criteria that we have set. And categories that we looked at is that of convening the meetings as I've indicated, of the policies of the organization, organizing activity workshop for our members, the finance policy, capacity building workshop, promote. Must all the time promote this brand, Sadtu, and participating in other sporting activities and arts and culture. And finally, the overall best performing branches in each category. And finally, it will be the best performing branch in the province. We are going to do that so that we try to encourage everyone, because that branch would have set a pace. This branch would have done well in all the mentioned categories. When we say this is the best, might not have reached 100%, but it has done well in terms of observing Sadtu Friday. Every first Friday of the month is our Sadtu Day. That branch and culture activities at the level of the province, even national participation. And even at some point we say, just your support. Again, there will be a provincial chairperson's award. We then said, chairperson, as can you come with your own observation? Of course, there were consultations with the provincial working committee members when they arrive at that particular decision to say, I'm going to honor this branch for what they would have done above other branches. That will be awarded as mostly complying and receiving, as most complying will receive certificates of excellence. And the overall winners will in each category. So there are those branches that we saying have done well, they will get certificates. And in that particular category, there will be a branch that has done well in terms of the constitution above our promoting Sadtu Day, as well as sports, arts and culture activities. And the chairperson's award winner will receive a certificate. And the best performing branch, above the certificate, above the floating trophy, re tla bofa le hape dikete tse 10 tsa tšhelete. A blank check. Itla re ha re theoa mona bosong ka tumela o re jwale tlisa he ha re na transport ya go khutlela hae. Jwale he comrade ka hobane tšhelete ena GS re tlo e tshwara o rona mane. Ibe re he branch re fe program ya hao. O lo etsang ka tšhelete eo? Ke le workshop a batho di member tsa Sadtu ka ntho ena le ntho ena re fe quotation e reng o lo patala bokae o e patala mang. Re a patala half ya ntho eno re be re fe di register ya ntho eno re be re fe di register tsa hore batho ba tlile moo. Ha re keta o thola hore batho ba tlile mono o re file le content mona, because re tla be re developer our members, re tla be re encourage mass participation members, re tla be re encourage mass participation of our members. Because the 35,000 eno e tswa, because the 35,000 eno e tswa ho rona re le province man. Ha e tswe allocationing ya di branch, ha e tswe allocationing ya di region, e tswa allocationing ya
program in the next 2 minutes. So to present our next item, I am going to call the MEC of Education, Comrade Makalo Mohammed. Due to unforeseen circumstances, CP, a message of support from the SACP, and then the Provincial Secretary, Comrade.
Provincial Secretary of COSATU, the Chairperson of the African National Teachers Union in the province of the Free State, please accept our revolutionary greetings in this afternoon on this august occasion, wherein you said, in dialectical terms, what we are trying to do is that a branch, it represents a vein. A vein, it solemnly depends to a vein to transport blood. And therefore, servicing that part, which is an important part towards success. Because branch of an organization, for organization to succeed, such branch, it must be strong, vibrant, active, and respond to challenges of the organization of the time. Whereas what you're referring to, responsibility of vein is to transport blood. For organization to grow, it must have members. And these members are blood that had to be transported through this vein called branch of an organization for organization to succeed. There is no organization anywhere in the world are critically important to a human body. If these two fails to function, the human body fails to function too. Membership and branches of the organization, if they fail, then the organization, it won't achieve its objective. I wish you to always remember this dialectical relation and the importance of branches and members of the organization to remain to the organization and be serviced by the organization, so that the members can, through their mass-based strength, can influence the direction that the organization it must take. And therefore, the decision taken by provincial executive, you will carry it through. But you know, Comrade Malulek, when you go to Johannesburg, you must go with bricks, because I don't want him to Free State. Uamosh. So, what is important? You carry through what it has been presented here. I can bet you that if you look, you will stop the Mickey Mouse emerging organization because they clamp on our weaknesses as organizations. You will immediately respond to challenges that color, this emblem, which it was brought by blood and death of many comrades. It will be a most seller living into the future. Depends to you as shop stewards, as branches, and as members that must be recruited to the organization. And therefore, recruiting members into the organization for the revolution to continue. The freedom that we are talking about in South Africa is not yet there. We had a freedom, but we don't have freedom of controlling the economy. So you need to use that mass-based power to drive the program of transformation and change in the economic terms. In fact, comrades, It's depending to organizations such as Sadtu that can impact in changing the outlook. Africa. One thing that I will add on this program of yours, because you are not operating in heaven, you are not operating in the space, you are living in communities. So as branches they are assessed in their performance, they must also tell you what is their contribution in building strong, vibrant African. What is their responsibility in building strong community organization in dealing with the challenges that our people are facing? I'm raising this, comrade, because the capitalists in the globe and nationally, with their stooges, they are up in arms in the gains that we have achieved in 1994. And you can see the climbing strength of the capital in which they challenge the working class communities in South Africa. You can see it in the NHI. Today we have passed the NHI that many people of South NHI so that it can benefit many of those that have been excluded in the economy and many of those that they happened to with a lot of money and resources that they don't have. And the parliament today have passed the bill, and you hear stooges of the capital, many others that they stand against the achievement of the working class community in the country, standing and say it is important to challenge that. If you tirelessly to remove all the gains that people of South Africa have achieved since 1994, the working class community had to rise, had to stand up, affect the working class community in this country. It is the responsibility of the union such as yours to stand learning as we go to these elections. There are prophets of doom that the ANC, it must be out in power. And the gangering of old parties of South Africa, working class had to rise so that it defends its gains, so that it defends its democracy, so that it builds on the bridge of this democracy, so and that works or that sells his labor into the market. It is the responsibility of the working class community to confront this. As you confront this, Comrade J. Naidu, at the time when this Congress movement was undermined in the country, and these leaders, they've led sterling work in building the Federation of the People, taking each and every worker that is unorganized and organize that work. And today we're celebrating that. One thing that we must celebrate in link, and you can see it in the cost of living, is telling you the capital is on the rise and is leaving you behind. One thing that and J. Naidu and many other leaders that have led COSATU, they sat back and said the democracy that we are going to and the freedom that we are going to, and ultimately that came in 1994. One of them, it was a skorokoro, and the second one is a pap and flace. What Sadtu it must look at, and what organized laborers in South Africa it must look at, which scenario are we in today? Sadtu and other structures of our people had to zoom into this politics in changing the conditions of our people. And that is why there's a debate today. Amandla.
Thank you very much, Comrade Stofile. Good. As and when we move with our program, I told you earlier on, this is Sadtu, and the world is watching us. So globally, so our program, we calling Comrade Mkolisi Tukwane Kabani ixesha. Unity, unity maka.
Lebitsong la mokgatlo wa ANC ke tlo bua ke motho ya emang sekgowa jwale se baleile jwale ke bone mongodi e moholo wa party kwano provinceng ke tseba makomanisi e se bareri ke mona jwale ore tsatsi la ka jeno ke invitwe ke le chairperson ya province ya PC yena o invited me ha bua jwalo salga president SG phela ke haye monana but once a teacher always a teacher. This reminds me of one interesting thing that happened many years ago when we were still young, and we had a provincial who led the teachers in the Machabeng area and made demands in the province, and just a few weeks later after that march, he was appointed as a chief director. And Garinda Dengong Sadtu entse ditletlebo ako o shebe memorandum ena kana go eno to hand over, but then tse tlileng ka mamorao ke history. What I'm trying to say, ANC la mo file mosebetsi ke a qala are hai inzima lendo as demands as go possible, and I was saying we ngoku siyabona ke sizawuthatha uBricks ufitshane simbeke ngapha sive uBricks uzawuthini xa ngapha leadership present here. Today is the reminder what happened Raifumana Fela. Today, the 9th of December, marks the 41st anniversary of the Maseru raid and ladies and gentlemen, some people change the world. God changed the world, and that is you, the teachers. As teachers, the difference you make is greater than you can ever imagine. The people you are impacting today become, and they become great leaders, as you would notice Kabungodi Mahlatsi. It is stated as fact that behind every exceptional people in our society, there is an exceptional teacher. Show that creativity, perseverance, and hope are abundant in the environment of increasing uncertainty, re-examining the following areas: knowledge, innovation, and research, skills, work, and competencies, sustainability, learning, teachers and teaching, socio-economic inclusion, public and higher education. We need to take urgent action to to change course and propose a social contract for education, one that is geared towards rebuilding our relationship with our environment and with technology. What this is bringing to us and what brings us together is our feeling of vulnerability about the present and uncertainty about the future. We know that urgent action is needed to change the province's course, and this action must be combined with strategic thinking. We are facing the dual challenge of making good on the as a route for sustainable collective future. To do this, we need a new social contract, injustices while transforming the future. That role can only be played by organized teachers. And today, such as communication, the ability to communicate clearly, but most importantly, the skill. Why are we not giving these young people an opportunity to solve challenges together, working together? And this would help them evolution. The world has evolved, and we're still looking at the challenges that we are dealing with, a difficult situation, but in essence, borderline to tyranny. Leadership that is able to command and people follow. And this has made us to be vulnerable in the things that we need to do. We need to strengthen education as a public endeavor and a common good. We need to understand that education is the key. You as the members of one of the greatest unions, you are the one who will help our instances. You are the one who would help our young people, our communities, our old. We are a province that has been looking at itself as to understand this phenomenon and what it has done to our economy. And the question that we must ask ourselves, this province, as we are trying, this province is very strategic to show that many times we are not ready for change that we need. In 20 was given an opportunity, a grant, 2.9 billion US dollars, to build a new city when South Africa was talking about that. It was a grand province. And this province would have, had it taken that opportunity, it would actually have been a gateway to Africa. We were not ready for this change. We have this province that has so many fiber optic cables, the undersea cables running through it. From Zeefontein in the west, you have Africa connecting Europe, S83, and many others that run through the province. It ends here. You don't even have a data center that takes advantage of this rich infrastructure. And that is why all it did was just a connector fella and not doing anything. At Mtunzini in the Natal, in the east, you have Seacom and Easy. Kenya using Easy alone has actually transformed. And I'm here to ask all of you. We have a channel in the Free State, a channel that has given birth to by a citizen of the province, who's a visionary, who received work in the mines, contract worker, but took all his One Free State TV. It is the only TV channel that we have in the Free State at the moment on DSTV channel. Let's make Free State great. And the only way we can do that is by working together, using the skills, and we wish you everything of the best moving forward. And I know that Dinto Diafetua and Dadematlazi, the industries in the mines, etc. And that is going to bring about a serious challenge in managing the because one soldier every time. He never loses an opportunity. Yangopota sebesaka, my teacher. Santana get that you like apologize. Lebat bomme. Let's.
No, thank you very much, Premier. I thought it will make reference to we're new into this teaching fraternity. We said, but when we were tear guests and when we were, and other comrades, so I thought we'll make reference to that, but it's fine. Ask our comrade Minyato Matlati to give a message of support. You are Kabani. Unity. Thank you, comrades. Thank you. Thank you very much, comrades. Thank you very much. Comrade Matlati, over to you.
One life wenkulule umsebenzi wenkulule Oliver Tambo ufuna amajoni wenkulule Oliver Tambo ufuna amajoni wenkulule amandla awethu ihlale ehlathini inyamazana ihlale ehlathini inyamazana ihlale ehlathini inyamazana ihlale ehlathini inyamazana ihlale ehlathini ihlale ehlathini nyamazana 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 ihlale ehlathini amandla Ke kopa le dule, ke kopa ho baballa di-stiletto. Kopa ho baballa di-stiletto. Program directors, let me acknowledge you and thanks for the opportunity to come here. Let me acknowledge the General Secretary of Sadtu, Comrade Maluleke. Let me acknowledge the provincial leadership of Sadtu in the Free State, collectively. And let me also acknowledge the SACP Secretary, Comrade Stofile, and the ANC Chairperson, Comrade Mkolisi Dugwan. Let me acknowledge all the guests that are here, and let me acknowledge all who are here to be honored. And comrades, it's a privilege for here today and just relay a message of support. Two preliminary issues. Firstly, this month is COSATU birthday month. We're turning 38 years this year. And I think you can give us a round of applause for being there. Ironically, we are in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And today I started at the funeral in Kopis to bury my niece. Little into sekas hoa. Nisi ke mchana ja. Mchana today. O hlabilwe ke girlfriend ka thipa 5 times a hlokahala. Now, I guess that's gender-based violence, isn't it? Yeah. Ki ena e rare. The usual one is normally men against women, but this also happens. So I think it is important. Mosebetsi o wa ho fetola dikelello o mahetleng a lona as educators, because we would, as parents, re thabe as lombana ba le sekolong because ha ba re hlophe hae mona. And some of the problems that you observe is problems it's a microcosm of what's happening inside our homes and in the society. But all those redifa lona after everything that they get exposed to, mosebetsi mo ba sebetsang teng, when all the societal within the school premises, and educators get to see this firsthand. Who gets to take care of educators' emotional needs when they've been exposed to all these things? At some point, we may need to, within the federation and within the MDM structures at this epoch of time. Now, that the organization, COSATU, and the organization Sadtu has committed to, and inherently, when those two have committed the elections. Comrades, I'm sure that you mentioned the Free State. We fully agree. There are a lot of things that needs to be changed, that needs to be done differently. But the only difference is that we still have issues about the pace at which those changes are happening. Because as the federation, we say, We've been waiting far too long for things to be done in a correct manner. And provincial government is saying they're still analyzing service delivery. That's where we differ with the African National Congress on that. Because we say there are changes that we need as in yesterday. And it is important, comrades, that those changes get to be ushered in. But one thing good is that we agree that there has to be changes. And of you now, I'm not sure if there are comrades from Mafube here. Workers will not be paid. Comrades, after receiving awarding soldiers in a meeting of educators, how does this come together? Teachers are our first line of defense in this battle of ideas. So, educators are actually soldiers at the ideological problem on which this generation and our generation have not been able to solve. Because every generation has got its own struggle to confront. Due to logistical reasons to this event, we'd like to really take our heads off to Sadtu, heads off to Sadtu, and Sadtu becomes the union that is bigger than what it is now. Finally, Sadtu has become a lifestyle. And I think that's the level where we need to take Sadtu to. I know there's a campaign, I'm a school fan campaign. Take it to the dustbin. Whatever the things that are there, take them there. And if they are there, the chair will move around and collect them, put them in the... As yes, Sadtu Free State get busy being. I get busy. Sadtu has become a lifestyle. And I think that's the level where we need to keep Sadtu at. Comrades, I wish you well. Thank you for the opportunity. Amanda.
End the program. When you analyze their talk, they are very clear. We've got a mammoth task to defend this organization. Kennedy, I think he was the 35th president of America when he said, ask not what you want, what your country should do for you. Go to the drain, especially as members of Sadtu. We belong to different MDM structures. Comrades, I'm going to call now.
Comrade, let me be brief in introducing, served in all the structures of the organization. And he is still part of a branch. He's a member of Sadtu anyway, and served at all levels, and is still a member at the side level. He has served as a convener of the Commonwealth Teacher Group Executive Committee, and currently is also serving in the Indian Communist Party, and a member of the ANC Standing Committee on Education and Health, a member of the ANC Veterans League of Ward 98, that is...
Moto ya mona.
Yaleboha, program directors, let me also join the others. And let me also acknowledge the chairperson of the ANC in the province, Comrade Dukwana, the provincial secretary of our SACA, but she has shown me a picture of the PWC of Free State and herself as a former leader there. So as the PC members that are here and our invited guests that are here, and also our Provincial Secretary, Comrades Munyazo. Maybe I must say protocol observe. I know that we have got our sponsors. I can assure them that they will be acknowledged at the right time. We just want to taste the food, taste the Comrade Stoffel. And then I was looking at Metropolitan and I was looking at Old Mutual and I said, wow, they brought water on the table and so I want to bring you revolutionary greetings, all of you comrades, from our 270,000 members across the country. You must not stop me because I have to work. So I might want to take him, Comrade Stoffel, with me, but as part of my school friend, Comrade Munyat. So he has that responsibility tonight to clean the dishes and everything that we need to do that. But comrades, I have listened. Last, you can say I agree, and then you cut your speech short, because they have already spoken about many other things that you would have loved to speak about. We launched Saturday, Comrade Lucy. We're in Bloemfontein. It was tough, it was tense, but we're dealing with the concept, and we were able to arrive. I have to talk about tonight that we are awarding our branches that have performed so well for our organization. Comrade Munyato says you are a busy bee. And where there's money, there is no activity. But where there's no money, there are activities. Comrade Stoffel, I just want to quickly, we used to go school to school to go and deliver the notice for the meeting. So the constitution there was not having the word in. We were the resources because we used to go school to school. We worked so closely with our principals. Of course, there were very few of them because not many of, and therefore please assist us to share that particular circular at the level of the school. We had very few at that time. So this busy bee, Free State, or how can hey, how about interest? So how can the 2,000, the 8,000, it energy generators, some returns and so forth. So it's a very good way. They also KZN. It is that the members are kept busy, that we live up to our objectives. And our objective has always been to say, Tinasiti, pillar number one, is servicing of members. So I'm here to really observe and witness the work that you have. Because when we have been elected as leaders to ensure that members are safest, that the union is alive at the level of the school and is alive at the level of the branch and the region, that is on the coal face of our struggle. Comrade Stoffel asked a question. It is not about you here as the organization. You need to be able to say to us, we have also refused, even in the midst of insult, the midst of attack, that we will not choose pap and flesh. Are formed as an organization out of an amalgamation of many unions in this particular country that were fighting for smaller things and not the bigger picture of transforming the education. So, as we meet here tonight, we have a responsibility. Because I was listening to them say, when we came into 1990, going to be doing. Let's take the revolution in Cuba. The Cubans have sat down and said, on education, we are not going to compromise. They said from the onset they are going to teach their children history and they have got to produce for the country. And I'm sitting and always I feel like, Why is it that we have got so much resources in our country, but we cannot produce a vaccine and high blood and so forth? Because they have taken a decision that this is what we are going to do. In 1917, level as this particular country, as compared to Europe, as compared to the world. And he said, look, others are up there and we are here. Therefore, come next year, we behave and characters. So we're building the character. It's education. So basically it is the social vaccine. That today the Security Council of the United Nations again could not agree on a ceasefire. When the children of Palestine are being mauled, are being killed, a genocide that is happening there, live together and so forth. And we have got to do that in our country and so forth. So, I was listening to Vele. I've taken all the challenges are going to be our enabler. It is going to be a catalyst for us to be able to drive all the transformation and changes. Because without the teachers, there's no nation. We are a nation because the teachers are. Understanding that indeed we need to liberate our people, liberate our children from poverty, liberate them from ignorance, because ignorance is the most dangerous thing. And I see it emerging to Sadtu. And it's not, there's a duty for us, there's a debt for us that we need to pay for those who died forming this organization of our organization. So I am a deployee of the Free State from Sadtu in terms of the elections. So this tie of mine, you are going to see it and get tired of it. To use what Joshua said, me and my family shall live in the ANC and vote for the ANC. I have lost my two parents I love so much, and all of them left me one message. We're called girls in the field. We had no identity and so forth. So remember that. You must stay that. Teach your children to love their people and to love. It's not going to abandon the alliance. It's not going to do that. It's going to stick to the alliance because we are the alliance. We are part of who we are, and we are still struggling today, and we'll have to be united as a force that must be reckoned with and fight. Member of Sadtu, when you are called upon to do service for your people, you have got to render that particular service at the level of the IEC as a if you don't defend democracy, democracy can defend itself. The beginning of destroying giving today is to say to you, you cannot go back to your branch and relax. You've got to recruit. You've got to build our organization. You've got to build our communities. We are going to liberate our country, and we still have got to do more and more to ensure that we educate our people to know where we come from and where we are going. Anybody who does not know where they're sure that this award really turbocharge us to even work harder, work more, and work smarter in making sure that we defend our organization. And I can encourage you, you are not alone. There are so many of us who are defending our organization because capital has targeted us. It has decided in the national government in terms of reversing the 7.5% that you have signed this year that must be remunerated. So salary increases, what's going to happen? It can happen if we don't go out and vote. The winning formula for 2020, build our unions and collectively bargain, is under threat. And we are coming here to say to you tonight, this by making sure that we continue to have an organization that can sympathize with the workers, that can support the workers, unlike those that cannot. And I'm very clear, no principal will be appointed permanently. That they will not be appointed by the government. They will appoint me, they will appoint comrade here, the three of us, because it's three people, and they give policy or anything. So if the municipality doesn't have the money, it will not give you the resources. You will have no substitute in your school when people can be able to qualify for that. Those who are in the rich municipalities in the Western Cape will continue to earn. So basically what they have done is to say 280,000. So look at the big difference, as if we are not doing the same thing of teaching the children. Same working class children, same children that are presented to you, same curriculum, but you'll be paid less than that. When you don't wake up in the morning and go and vote, you have voted. You have voted for the opposition. You have voted yourself out. You have voted for the Labor Relations Act to be scrapped because there's a resolution already. Don't fear. Must never even feel ashamed. You be strong for your children. Be strong for your communities. Be strong for your own comrades in that particular community. We must fight against violence. We must fight against because all the branches are going to perform. Isn't that? They are going to perform, right? All branches are going to have to perform. But we have to increase the criteria. So we are proud of you. I know you'll always occupy number one because you have a great leadership here in the June Scroon and so forth and so forth. Clearly it is that it must not defocus us. We must remain on building our country and build our economy and build our education.
To present a token of appreciation to our GS.
With that being said, comrade, we would like to thank you for your exceptional leadership and dedication to our union. Your guidance and support has been invaluable, and we are. Please give Dr. Maluleka another round of applause. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sure. Ask his comrades, get seated, please. Please get seated. Get seated. Comrades, co-leaders, delegates, and delegates. I want to give a direction now as to how is the program going to unfold. I'm going to allow Comrade Frank Kidibone, the Deputy Provincial Secretary of Sadtu in the Free State, to make an announcement.
Viva. Viva Kosatu, viva. Sadtu, 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 Sadtu. Comrades, their help that they give to this union every time we ask them. From All Mutual, we've got Comrade Gijimani, Madonna. Then from Metropolitan, we've got Comrade Patrick Juantle, is a regional manager from Northeastern Free State. Manager. Thank you very much, comrades, for always giving us a helping hand. Thank you.
How we are going to work in moving forward. We are now going to break. And then from the points where food is served, we'll come back to our tables. While program of awarding certificates and accolades to leaders who deserve, branches that deserve, will be in proceeding. Now, but not all of them. Not all of them. We'll start with our guest. Kidibone will lead them to the 7 points Thereafter, Comrade Kidiboni will give direction as members and PWC members will be proceeding with the program of awarding certificates, accolades, and all what Comrade. Now, I'm going to give over to my colleague, as now will be, and please, comrades, let me give over to Comrade Sesedi Mamohau to lead us in this one.
Now, as you know, we are here to celebrate and honor the incredible achievements of the award recipients. Dedication and perseverance has not gone unnoticed. So to assist us with the handing over of the awards, I would like to call on and then just a request, once you have, the comrades will be called in.
Though there is room for improvement in 2024. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, I will then present the following. Okay, I will call upon the following branches that hands for comrades, round of applause, please. Please. Then the following branch will be Jaga branch. Mandla. Mandla Fiti. Kimil Suave. be a bit silent. Thank you. Get up on the stage. The next branch is Modise Seshima. That's Majala Famakena, followed by EJ Motsei. This is JZ Ndaba on the stage. Stage. ZR, you can come to the stage, please. You can just wait there, Maukane. Please wait for us there. You can come up, Comrade Masitela. Masitela branch, can come up. I think that was the final branch that was supposed to present for the most compliant branches. I think I'll hand over back.
The next category is by Comrade Sidi Matseka. Comrade Sidi Matseka will be accompanied by Comrade Minyatso Mahlatsi from Sadtu.
Promoting Sunday, Sadtu Day. Sadtu Day is a day celebrated on the first Friday of each month. This day, members are expected to post their group photos on the Sadtu Free State Facebook. And then from February up to December, let me present the following.
We said this is a working. We said this is a working supper. Let us be quiet.
And it will be followed by Kabin Tombela. Kabin Tombela branch. Emma Mo. Bricks.
The Deputy Provincial Secretary of Sadtu and the Chairperson of
Extracurricular activities. The following branches who are competing are I don't see the excitement from the comrades. They are not running, they are not doing anything. Palama, comrades.
We are now, thank you, Chair. The next category is best sport.
The branch has organized constitutional meetings such as SSCs, mass meetings, site general meetings, and they also have functional.
So then we would like to call on Comrade Giriboni Frank to stand in.
Thank you, Program Director.
The Sadtu Free State 2023 Best Performing Branch. To assist us in handing over our awards,
The Constitution being honoring or promoting Sadtu Day, as well as participating in sports, arts and culture. But this branch has actually
Comrade. Okay. 10,000. Yeah. So now, I don't know if, comrades, I don't know if you remember, but into payments of 2,000 Rand, but the total amount will be 10,000 Rand that will be awarded to Skopi Musiako for winning the award for the best performance. Give them a 10,000 Rand worthy round of applause. On to our next category. Come and announce our winners, please. So if memory serves me correct, I remember there was another lump sum. Can we remember how much it was? Will be another reward of an amount of to the value of 15,000. So whichever region wins this, we don't want excuses. We don't have money. We don't want to hear that we.
region that has done well. It is in terms of the criteria that was set by the organization at the PC, complied in some cases, many regions, did not comply. Then we then extend the criteria the region has actually embarked on. And the region that has done well in terms of what we then agreed.
Right, we are now going to award the Chairperson's Award. The Chairperson's Award again.
Comrade, we should actually have started by making this announcement that our provincial chairperson is not right to say, decision you know, comrade, the character of our provincial chairperson. We wish him a speedy. It has done well under difficult conditions in trying to revive the branches from where complaining about the allocation. And that branch, comrade, have actually been revived from where it was and is actually doing well, participating deep into their own pockets, as you earlier indicated, without actually saying there is no allocation being given to us and so forth. So the branch that received branch. But what we can do, I don't know, it's actually,
the anniversary and toasting and cutting of the cake. So, for the cutting of the cake and a toast, we would like to call on the Deputy Chairperson, Aluti, which is Comrade Filda Ngezi. She will also be accompanied by the General Secretary and the Deputy Secretary. So the Provincial Working Committee of Sadtu.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. It is indeed a privilege and a pleasure to stand here as we of our first provincial ceremony. Sadtu is the largest and most powerful education workers union in South Africa and played a vital role in the struggle for a better quality public education for all our children. Hence why we subscribe to the slogan, Go Global. The developmental course of our country. Today, as we cut the cake, this is a symbol of love and commitment. Success by leaps and bounds. Comrades, as we're about to cut the cake, we're also going to do the toast. I would like for you, please assist with opening the bottles of champagne, pouring them into each at the table as we are about to cut the cake and do the toast to celebrate 33 years of struggle, compassion, inspiration, honesty, organizational discipline. If we can all rise onto our feet. Rise onto our feet. Knife. As I said, the cutting of our cake symbolizes the love and the commitment, success and milestones reached. Ultimately, not yet. Okay, comrades, as we all know, toasts are done in 3. The first one is going to be, the last toast goes to all the teachers. The last toast goes to all the teachers, all the education workers who have displayed bravery, who have displayed bravery and
Right.
Get seated. Comrade Fifi, and your team, we are closing, please. Sit down. Comrade Vuyo, please take your seat. This is not how we do things, comrade. We close properly.
With more branches joining in as the categories becomes more and more